Hey, welcome back. So, I recorded one of these a couple days ago through whenever we got, first of all, we're in 119.3 now. Seems worth mentioning. Which I've got a couple of notes about. A lot happened. Um, and that's okay, but then I found out more stuff since then, so we knew about this. That was the last episode. It didn't work out very well for me. However, kicked up to 119.3. And we have some cool stuff now. Biome filling there's a fill command just for biomes. You can change things. You can put golems and spawners, which I have seen before. Like 5 years ago, someone took Seth Bling's SkyGrid script, I guess, and made a fairly large SkyGrid. And somehow I've never worked out what he did. I assume some kind of command something. Had spawners that had iron golems in it. It was neat. I solved the problem. We'll get to that, I guess. I solved the problem in the Nether Village, um, which is itself kind of a funny story because I did that. I figured it out. I figured out what it must be or what it could be based on because I was playing with golem spawners, and it's like, wait a minute. After that, after I figured it out, I happened to get a comment. You know what? If you try this, it's exactly what worked. I already did. It's cool. We'll get to this in a sec too. That will make sense as we get there because we're getting ghasts and spicy slimes and stuff now that we were anyway, but now there's iron golems going after them. We'll look at it. And then it's later now because I lurked under the Nether Village and stored up some stuff. Let's actually just go look at some of this stuff for a minute. There are a couple of things I might add beyond what I've done, but let's look at what I've done first. If I get in here and maybe don't have a bunch of pigmen waiting for me this time, that'd be cool. It was kind of cool that he hadn't. Oh, what's happening? Alright, there's one. If I get up here to the ceiling, I'll go up there. I could point out, you've seen the other, well, assuming you're not brand new here. I've got a couple of villages in the overworld. One's at like 0 by 0 where I wanted. And so it's on the water. One is a few hundred meters away on the kind of vestigial biome remains of an ocean monument, which I cleared out, dried out, replaced with an aquarium where I can control fling the spawning of guardians, and then a village above it creates iron golems being a village, because that's what villages do unless you're building one in the nether, apparently. It's not about that, though. So I've got... because I've got this now, I'm never really going to get, in this sorting system again, these things, because iron golems killing pigmen don't get you those. But this happens. Meat, a bit. I'm going to have to deal with that soon. Now I'm getting iron out of it. I'm getting roses. These are less common, but I have to account for them, so I'm getting gas tiers, gunpowder, magma cream. I'm also actually getting, really occasionally, chicken and feathers, because you get zombie jockey, whatever the hell they are. So I've got these sitting here like this, because that happens. Sometimes they fall in the oven and you find it. The chicken probably gets cooked. I got to it before it did. Up here is this village that I've had for a while now, that I keep trying to rethink, and let me get up there and I'll show you what the secret was. Hang on. There's a village, and in there is where things spawn. They also spawn up above, and there's an egg, turtle egg in there to attract pigmen to fall down through the little hole in the middle. I filled in the hole that was dropping them down there. Now it's just a line of hoppers getting down there. You want to know what the obvious secret was? And it should have occurred to me long ago, because they used to work the way I've got it. Up until like 118 maybe is when it changed, and no one told me it. No one's told me yet. I can't find any. Now that I know what keywords to search, I still can't find it. But here's what happened. I went in and got some holes in the damn ceiling. Apparently, glass is okay, I guess. Apparently, golems need some kind of sky access. They can't be under a stone brick ceiling thing. And up here they couldn't spawn because it's only a couple of meters tall. If you can kind of see, you know, 1, 2, well, 1, 2, and then this is solid. That was all it took. I just had to basically turn this into lattice work, and the egg is still in here to attract pigmen, but they can also just fall down. It doesn't really matter how it works. As long as... I barely even need what's up here, honestly, except that it's a little more spawning surface area. And that way I've got pigmen spawning up there some of the time. Sometimes down here, it doesn't really matter. And that leaves room for the golems to spawn. Anyway, golems spawn now. I could wait until it happens, but I mean, there was one up here when I got here. It's just what it is. It's the stupidest, like, 6 months. It never occurred to me. Well, really, 3, 4, however long it's been since we got to 118. I'm trying to think the last time I saw this work with a ceiling. We used to. I don't know. That was the answer. It's really damned obvious, and, you know, if you think about it a bit. But so down here we've got what was my, you know, I could just stand here and swat. Okay, I don't know, I got rid of the gate, I guess. I don't really remember doing it now. It was just in the way, so I got rid of it. This now just links up, and anything... Oh, and there's a... I should have stopped and looked at that. Got the minecart back. I think it's working. I assume so. They can get stuck. Things can bump them, and I don't like that, but it happens. Yeah, minecart's right there. So it's just rolling back and forth, and anything on the ground without holes up there, anything on it, it slurps through, drops it off in hoppers on the sides and whatever. So now if we go, let me get clear of this. If we go down here and look at the system, that whole thing, hoppers no longer cause lag, as far as I know. I mean, maybe they used to be not transparent. You could put torches on them and stuff. Things could spawn on them, for that matter. But yeah, stuff comes down from there, and it goes, where is it? It comes down, goes, that's irrelevant. It's not actually, it looks like it could be connected, but it's not. It goes off to the side here, over to, it's really messy. Over there, okay, let's see what I did. Over here, this is the runoff line from that. Again, if it's, ingots, which it at this point won't be, they go down and go over. That's no longer a thing. If it's nuggets, it goes this way. If it's meat, if it's, you know. And yeah, I could probably add chickens and feathers, I guess. I'll just knock these over a couple of meters and it'll all work out. I need like a dozen, maybe a couple dozen hoppers and some boxes. It's easy. I'll get to it. Oh, and what I don't have on me is the sorter fodder thing I would need, and a couple of, comparators and what, yeah, this stuff. And he doesn't really matter right now. That accomplished, I can grab these and get, I can make nuggets, or I can make ingots out of nuggets, toss them in here. They therefore go this way over to ultimately end up in this tower thing. You'll see, well, a lot of things end up in there, but the point is the gold ends up in there. When the gold ends up in there, it goes up here through the redstone tower. And kind of like with the other one, except that this one still works. Gold ingots, which can be in there because that's just kind of how it works, end up here, go down here. Anything else is like quartz and string. All of the stuff that you get from the piglin. So if it's an ingot being, you know, sorted for, that goes over and down at some point. It gets here sometime. Yeah, it's this for some reason. Goes ultimately in here. Oh, there's a feed one packed right now. The timer here spits out from the dispenser an ingot pretty much at the instant the piglin drops whatever it's going to give me, which is why I'm also getting other stuff. So that's basically that. It all works now, and then you can lurk. In fact, where I just was up there that I used to swat pigmen personally, I can just lurk in there and it's safe, and I spend a couple hours just being in there and letting stuff accumulate from the golems hitting things. that is, that. Nether, I mean, I could do more to the Nether. I probably will. I almost certainly will. Do a real hub system, maybe put rails in to get around, stuff like that. But that really isn't about 119.3 itself. I mean, I got the idea because I was seeing what happened if I put spawners into where I wanted the golems to happen. And I noticed that they weren't working as well as they should, depending on some conditions. And it occurred to me suddenly, like, I'm under a ceiling. I could probably care about this. So that's what I tried out, and it worked. And yeah, again, what's his? I can't think of the guy's name now. I can go find out because it's the same guy who told me where the damn spawner was in the Nether months ago, when I just flew through looking for it because nothing was working. This maybe? No. That's all still true, but that's not what I'm looking for, right? I think it's probably this one. Yeah. So, yeah, this guy, said, hey, why don't you just punch them 2x2 holes and see if that works? It seems to work. And yeah, it does. I had, and it works, and I know, and okay. So, that is essentially what I've done. I mean, I got that all working. I got the sorting system expanded a bit. Then I lurked, and we know that it works. That's about it for stuff that I've done to the map. However, there's a couple of things we could talk about. Oh, that guy's out because I, again, was testing. You can do this. You can do, this. You can do, and get that guy. So that's cool, because then you can also put that in a spawner and just spit these out like you don't need a village, but these guys can wander around and go after, like, a drowned that gets uppity or something. That's about what I've done. I do want to look at a couple of, change. Well, I mean, I could go through the basic list of changes. There's that, there's spawners, you can, spawners don't have pigs in, and I'll just do it. Let me do, I can undo it in a minute. If I just go game mode, creative for a sec, there's really nothing else to talk about. And look for a spawner. Well, that's a spawner. That's true. Also, you've got now, that, and there's a snowman. Yeah. So we got those two as eggs. You can put those in a spawner. Let me get back out of creative mode, because I'm just going to have a problem if I don't. If I throw this down, no sparking, no pig. It's now just like, you can actually, like, use these as building blocks. You have to be in creative to get them, but if I were in creative, I could center click it and clone it and put it around. If then I do this, I can throw that in there, and we have fun with it. That's cool, I like it. As long as I'm within 16 meters or so, it'll just, at some point, spit one out. It will happen. It's not yet, I don't know why. I'll wait for a sec. Hi. So, then I don't want this here because I just don't. These guys can lurk. They're fairly harmless as long as I don't bump them. The next thing is I wouldn't... other changes. Let's see. Important changes are scaffolds, these things. No, and it really matters more... Let me, just give me... Because I'm talking about stuff now that this isn't about playing the game, it's about noting that the game has changed somewhat for the better. Over here, first of all, 1.18, whenever we changed light level requirements, and which may have been different from when I started the game, if I get up here, I used to have a lantern right, like here, which was a bit redundant because the light level here is actually 4, I think, or 3, 4. So there was no 0, but things could spawn on. As much as they look transparent, they weren't until now. So things can spawn on, or could spawn on scaffold, which always kind of bugged me. It turns out a lot of people use these in farms where you do want stuff spawning on, so they all have to change their plans now, but That's one. Another is back over here. Um, the what is it called? Chorus fruit. One reason I don't like that very much. I could probably do it here because nothing spawns anyway, but I don't like that, or I didn't like. I don't like that at one time. It was true. These guys no longer. I can't put this anywhere, so it no longer let things spawn on them. Which is great because it used to be until this week, like in the overworld, not on a mushroom island. If you were growing those things, invariably I would get creepers just falling out of the trees because they would spawn up. Because there was no way to, there's no anticipating, there's no predicting exactly where things will end up on a chorus tree, and then there's no way to light it, especially when light levels were like anything under 8 was spawning stuff, and they're chaotic enough that there's no guessing where to put lights to prevent. The same thing kind of happened with, yep, over here, with this stuff. And in my old map before this one, I just built a big kind of, almost a light box is almost what you'd call it. I had a cage around things like this with end rod light, whatever the hell they're called. Things I think still probably can spawn on these, but again, Mushroom Island and light levels are different, or light requirements are different. So here's what I want to do. There is a whole list of stuff that 119.3 brings us. Things don't spawn on things. Spawners are available. You don't have to just, because it used to be, you had to be like, give me spawn, or I guess it is just that. I thought it was monster spawner now. Doesn't matter. That this used to be the only way to get one of these, and now I have it, and I don't know what to do with it. Don't want it. And you can cram golems into it, which is great. Scaffolds don't spawn. There's other little things. I mean, it's a minor update, strictly speaking. I just consider it, as minor updates go, it's pretty major. It changes a lot of stuff that I've kind of wished would change for a long time. Then, I finally went ahead, because I tried this one like a month ago. I tried loading up the snapshot for this, and, well, I tried loading up the snapshot for 120, and it wasn't a thing. It was, but not where you can find it. It's still hard to find, but I can do it. I sideloaded that. It's not sideloading, it's doing... Can I even do it from here? I doubt it. Where's options? It's not, it's a data pack. It's not, it's like this, but different. I'm gonna go do that, actually. I want to look at some 120 stuff that... Oh, yeah, let me look at some... I'll do the other thing I want to try, because I don't want to wreck this. Let me pause this, and I'll come back when I'm ready to show the snapshot, I guess. Hang on. Well, let's start here for a sec. Bring up latest snapshot. And I might want to pause this again, because I think it's going to replace this with nothing for a sec. Hang on a minute. Alright, I think this will work. Do I want to go in here right away? Where's... It's still, telemetry data is not what I want. And we know this isn't it. So I think I have to go into the game first. Sounds right. There's my test world I'm going to try. That's the one I'm really using. That's a copy in case that breaks. If I fell off something when a bed exploded, say. That's other stuff. Let's look at this, and let's, it should just throw me back where I was, but it'll be in the snapshot for the version we're in anyway, which is a little weird, but I think from here I can load the data pack and get the thing to happen. Let's find out. Options, maybe. It's not there though, right? What the hell? I may be in the wrong place. I'm gonna go find it. Hang on a minute. And the problem, it's not an option. I gotta create a whole new world. I can't just load the old map into it, apparently. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Give me, yeah, put these in there. This'll work, I guess. Don't need to open the folder. Proceed, because I'm clever. Get out of the way. Give me, do that, I guess. Give me, hard, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Allow cheats is on. Let me have my seed just so we can see what I'm used to seeing. Yeah, that's all good. Create. Yeah, let's do that. Build world real quick. I got cheats on so I can get where I want to be. I was thinking I could do it to my old map, but I guess not. I'll just have to wait for 120 to happen. It's cool. It's not a problem. I could even... I'll try something in it. I mean, I could almost do it now, thinking about it. Because what I'm thinking with the whole... Well, let's get in here and we'll look. I assume that my stuff is where I want it to be. Like, on the way over here, there should be... Where did I... Okay. Over here ought to be a monument that I was talking about before that I built a village. I don't know where it is. Is it... The hell am I? Huh. It's really hard to find anything when there's nothing to find. That's my island, right? The mushroom one? Yeah. So the monument ought to be here somewhere. Did they not have it in 120? That would suck. No, there it is. Yeah, that's a thing that I've already done this. We leveled this a lot forever. The hell is that? Oh, it's a guardian, elder guardian. That makes sense. Yep, had to kill those. That was the easy part, killing those, really. Let me get over to where I kind of don't live at the moment, but sometimes do. And we'll look at something interesting, I guess. So, like, the big thing, and this is a 119 thing, technically, or 119.3 thing, but you can, oh, for example, I used to have I tried to have an ice tray here up in the air, and it turned out the biomes were not consistent. Like the deep frozen ocean stuff, when you get up high enough, it's just not a thing anymore. I wonder if, actually, I think deep frozen ocean would create ice. Maybe not. Let me have a look at what we're talking about. Let me have a fill biome. Go from, why are you not showing, hang on a minute. Show me something I can work off of. Get me out of spectator mode. Creative would be nice. So, like, if that point, I guess, 428, okay, so we're going negative both times. Let me have fill biome. Okay, from that point to, I don't know, negative 462 is probably, actually, let's go 63, why not? To 0, why not? With replace whatever I'm looking at, it was deep frozen ocean. Deep that with like snowy. I'll replace, yeah, snowy. I think I'm doing this right. Snowy beach ought to be cold. What if I do that? Does it start growing ice out? I'd like it to. Did it work? Deep frozen ocean still. Oh, because I'm too high. No, it didn't actually. Does it take a while to catch up? Well, that's weird. Where am I going? Yeah, it should be, all of this should be what I want it to be now. That's weird. I don't know why that's not the case. May have to understand more about this. It doesn't seem to be helping. Well, anyway, that was one of the things I wanted to show you. Otherwise, 120, we're going to get stuff. I can look at this right now. We're going to get signs and whatever. For one thing, the most important thing, honestly, is this. Yeah, I can spell. Give me that for a sec. And give me random tick speed. 400 is 4,000 is a lot. If I just throw this down somewhere, and there's that. That just starts growing. Get out of creative mode. And there is one thing I'm not thrilled about. I thought from seeing people do this in earlier snapshots that this was going to be a thing, but it isn't. It doesn't work that way. You need one of these guys first. Or, yeah, give me Crafting. What is wrong? What the hell was that? I hit up 11 for a sec. Crafting. That thing. Damn it to hell. Go there. Go. Like this. And that gets me a block, which I need probably more than one. Actually, do I? No, I don't. I can just do this. So, yeah, if you can start out with a crafting table, a way to do things at all, you've got wood. And, of course, sticks. We always had sticks from bamboo. So, I'm really thinking, especially with the biome management, which I don't I'm not creative. I really don't understand why that didn't work. I would have thought so, but where was that? Over here, I guess. Does it like catch up later? That's so weird that it didn't happen. I thought it did. Where was I? It was like 400 0, right? So I'm going too far somewhere. What the hell? Should be right here somewhere. Probably heading over there. Deep, waiting for chunk. Well, maybe now it'll... Oh yeah, that's something else I found out. It's just dumb luck I found something out. I'll show you in a sec. Deep frozen ocean is not snowy, whatever the hell beach. Why is that not working? Oh, that's weird. I thought it would. I don't know. Yeah, that, God, I have to go back to my real map to have a reason to do this, but I can show you something cool. This, I've never heard of this, but if you, that's actually going to be perfect. Let's do that. So you punch, right? What am I creative, apparently? That doesn't help me as much. Punch, and it takes a little while, right? And I've got I can unplug my trackball is wireless, but it's plugged in, if that makes any sense. If I unplug the USB on it, I can, like, force it to stick with this last command. There's an easier way. I'm holding punch, right? Left click. Hold F3, tap T, let go of the mouse. And once it grows back, yeah, this isn't me. I'm just sitting here looking. I could be across the room and it just does. So that's a handy way to lock in last action. And you just click to quit and you quit. And it grows back one day and yeah, I'm not doing it. That's amazing. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know when it became a thing, but we have that. So yeah, where am I on time? Basically out. I'm really thinking if I can figure out the biome, the fill biome thing. I don't know. What the hell did I get wrong about that, by the way? Let me see this. It would be, give me, fill biome, where I am, to, negative 370, maybe, negative 100. I'll just give you that. And then replace, mushroom stuff that I'm looking at. Maybe I'm backward on this. Replace, because there's no option. Snowy, type now. Snowy plain? Snowy, good there. What's that do for me? Is that gonna work? Mushroom fields. Mushroom fields. I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't work. I went to 300, right? Then by over here. Is that mushroom field? What the hell? Is anything going to be snow? You'd think so. Well, that's disappointing. I thought it worked. I had it working. I tried it once before and it worked. I don't know. Well, that's annoying. It does work. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I've got maybe I replaced ice with mushroom stuff, which was redundant because I'm already here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let me bug out of here. I'll go back to my real world and we'll talk about something real quick. Hang on. So here we go, getting into, yeah, don't touch that or that. That's where I usually am. Load this up and that'll be that because I'm out of time. But yeah, there's stuff to figure out. I'm kind of amazed that so much of what's interesting is in 119.3. It seems like it's all 120 stuff that they're just releasing a bit early. The whole whatever the biome replay. Well, if it worked, maybe it gets better later. I don't know at the time. Didn't really do anything. Nothing to put in the book. But yeah, I mean, if we're looking at kind of the lazy prequel right now to 120, I'm calling this the best update ever. Just the ability to because it's going to change the nature of how you could do like SkyBlock. Because you could just have, as long as you had a crafting table, you'd probably want a tree anyway, just because you can get apples that way and therefore cure zombies into villagers and start the game. But I'd have to think about it a bit, maybe figure out maybe a tree and bamboo. I just like the bamboo grows so quickly. Granted, that was sped up a lot, but still, it's a neat idea. I'll think toward it. I have until whenever, like February-ish, March maybe, when 120 actually happens. I'm not sure where they are on it right now. There's no. That's the closest we have to a snapshot right now. Is side loading, is data packing. It's just a mess. They'll get real snapshots out from now on probably, and then eventually pre-release and candidates and whatever, and we'll see then. But anyway, I'm going to split. So you can like and subscribe and look into more 120 stuff on your end, I guess. See what you can find out. Click the stupid bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time. So, bye.